Hello and welcome to Autocar India. Today we're checking out the brand new Honda CB200X. Now this is an adventure tourer of sorts that's quite heavily based on the Hornet 2.0. So we're going to break this video up into two parts. The first is what's different to the Hornet and the second is what hasn't changed. Now the front of the bike is a great place to start because that's where most of the changes are concentrated. Obviously you see this much more substantial bodywork on this bike with a semi-fairing that flows into the fuel tank and a large radiator shroud. This is purely for show of course because it's still an air-cooled engine, but it does add quite a lot of presence to the bike. Sat atop the fairing is this tinted windscreen and behind it is a wider and much taller handlebar. Now these last two changes, the screen and the handlebar, should make this a more highway touring friendly motorcycle than the Hornet, and it also makes the CB200X feel more substantial. And though it does feel more sizable, the actual weight has only gone up by 5 kilos over the Hornet. In fact, it would have been nice if Honda had increased the fuel tank size over the current 12 litres, considering the more touring oriented nature of this bike. This X also gets block pattern tires and handguards which hint at some off-road intentions. Unfortunately, that's where the intent ends because there's no extra suspension travel or ground clearance on offer, and even this plastic belly pan is purely ornamental and not going to offer too much protection. The upside to this is that seat height is still a rather accessible 810 mm. The ergos and the windscreen are more conducive to touring, but the engine is unfortunately still the same 184cc unit as the Hornet, mated to the same 5-speed gearbox. And we found that this isn't necessarily the ideal powertrain for highway touring. The motor's top end is a little harsh and you rarely miss a 6th gear. Everything else that you see on the 200X is pretty much the same as it is on the Hornet, including the basic underpinnings and the feature pack with all LED lighting and digital instrumentation. So the changes are a little on the superficial side. Nevertheless, they are fairly well executed. The design looks nice, the bike has more presence, and bits like the indicators integrated into the handguards are a nice touch. But then this costs 14,000 rupees more than the Hornet at rupees 1.44 lakh ex-showroom. To find out if it's worth it, we hope to be riding this bike sometime soon.